What the hell is going on across our world right now? Part 2. This is a series that I am sharing channeled guidance and information with all of you to help you understand what the hell is going on around the world. And I'm going to be sharing in this series more about the political climate in the United States, the people that are running for a presidency, what I've channeled about them, what's really going on. But in order to share all of this and for it to make sense, I'm setting the stage first with a couple of high-level kind of pieces of information. So this is the second part. If you want to go watch the first part, it'll make more sense. All right, let's get started. So in the last part, I covered that this world is being ran like a global pyramid. I do lots of videos on this. There's 4 pillars of control right now: the political structures, banking and finance, Western medicine, education. Those are the pillars of control that were created by this pyramid structure. The people at the top of this pyramid structure are the bloodlines and families. They created these pillars to control us and suck our time, energy, and money. And the glue that holds it together that they created and they leveraged to make us believe that all this is real and we have to participate is religion, media, law, and Hollywood. Those are the main ones. All right, so what I have here, this is the second part, is that, bear with me because this is all going somewhere, but all right, you can go research, there's lots of books about this. I recommend watching Gaia. Gaia is an app you can download to your TV like Netflix, etc. Now, there's a lot of really intelligent people who have done decades of research. They've traveled the world. They've written books. They will be able to explain this in more detail, but I'm just doing this high level for you guys, okay, to set the stage for what's coming for the series. So there is a higher power, right? Now, you can call it whatever it is that you want. Right here I have it: source, God, creator, spirit, the all. I call it the universe, but it's source, creator. This original power, this original higher power is where everything comes from. We all come from this, okay? And I won't get into this too much, but even in the Bible, go do your own research. Read books about this. There's lots of information out there about this, but the man known as Jesus came here to teach us that we all come from this and that we are all powerful and we have creator within us. We're part of creator. That's what he came to teach. That's what he came to share, and it got hijacked in order to hijack us. But there have been many souls who have incarnated into this world over time that have come here to try and help us break from the spell, to break from what many call the matrix. Okay, so we've got the original God, creator, source, whatever you call your higher power. Now, everything comes from here. Okay, so I've got these little pieces that are cut out. Oh, it's not really cut out, but it all is fractals from the original power source. Okay, galaxies are created from here. Solar systems, planets, plants and humans. Plants and animals, humans, extraterrestrials, which, to others, we're extraterrestrials, but all life, everything, atoms, cells, all life, everything comes from here, okay? So this little piece of God, source, creator, spirit, decided to, it became a soul, and that soul could have been many of these things, but it's incarnated here into this realm. This orange circle is this reality, okay? Earth, the world that we live in, okay? This is you as a little swaddled baby. Now, when we come into this world, we have memory. Not everyone has full memory. There are some people that have full memory. Check out Matthias De Stefano, amazing guy. He remembers everything from previous lives. And there's other people like that here. But for the most part, we have much of our memory when we're babies. But we remember what we're here for, who we really are. Lots of children, I used to speak to other beings that nobody else could see. They were my spirit guides, and I was told they weren't real, and I sent them off. I let them go, and they've come back now, and I'm sharing messages with all of you from them. But we're told that's not real when we're little. What happens is we incarnate into this reality, and this system that's set up, these pillars of control, the education system, my guides say, is the most corrupt. I just did a few videos about that a little bit ago. I do lots of videos on that. But from the time we can go to the bathroom on our own, we are in the education system hearing what they want us to know, right? That we're limited human beings and we learn the skill sets that the establishment, the powers that were, want us to know in order to become a cog in their wheel, okay? But when we first come out of the womb, we remember who we are. We have access to our gifts. We remember our gifts. In fact, I know people, I have clients and a very good, one of my best friends, she remembers being able to move things with her mind when she was little. But when adults start telling you that's not real, when people start telling you that you don't have special powers, or stop lying, and then you get into the education system and everyone's sitting in rows and teachers are regurgitating textbook information, which was created by these people who rule the planet, okay? They created all the curriculum in the textbooks. We know that what's in there we know much of what's in there isn't real. For instance, the founding of America, the treaties with Native Americans. We know that what they're telling us with those couple of things, we know that's not real. It's still in the books. Why? Because they are in control, right? They're in control of what we know and what we learn. So this little baby can't talk. We can't talk for a while, and once we start talking, we have trouble articulating. We got to learn how to articulate, and then we're told what to say. We're told not to say. So who we are and why we're here and what we're really doing here and where we've come from and all of our special powers, those are basically wiped from us. They're not actually wiped from us, but we forget. And the older we get and the more indoctrinated we are, the more education we go through, the more indoctrinated we become, and we forget, and we are more distant from who we really are, okay? So we're told by first, this is a little person here, we're told first by our parents and caregivers and, family, whoever, adults, what they were taught and what they have been brainwashed, their life. They're now telling us as children, and we grow up and we become them as well, right? And then we get into the school system and we're told again. So we get pushed into this false reality. So this bigger circle is what we incarnate into this beautiful, beautiful place, but this false reality that has these 4 pillars of control and the glue that holds it together to make us believe it's real. This is a false reality created within this reality, okay? That everything that we hear and see and experience comes from the powers that create all this. Now, this false reality, people call it the matrix, and it's, again, the 4 pillars of control and the glue that holds it together is what this is made from, okay? So your soul is everlasting. It doesn't have physical form, and it's chosen to come into this incarnation. Now, if you're watching this video, right, you're in a human incarnation by choice. However, everything you were and everything you really are with this avatar, outside of this avatar, this human avatar, has been taken from you since childhood, and your parents and your caregivers and your teachers' belief systems have been installed. And you have a choice at any time to say, these belief systems no longer serve me. That's for another video. I've done many videos on that. So we get pushed into this false reality, never being told that we have a choice, never being told that this is actually a false reality within a reality. And everything here is also again, outside of this is what's real, right? Outside of this physical reality, you are an eternal soul. Who you really are, who you really are is a soul who's eternal. You are all love, and everything beyond this, outside of these realities, is all love. You're a fractal of source. You are a creator. This is huge. You are a creator. All right, and I forgot to write this down, but my guides are reminding me right now. Think about the ocean. They used this as an example earlier. I said, how can I explain this? And they said, think about the ocean. If you were to take a bucket, when you take a bucket out of water, as you go build a sandcastle or something, when you take a bucket of water out, does it suddenly is it no longer the ocean? It's still the ocean. It's just a piece of the ocean now, and now that's going to be used to do two different things, right? To build a sandcastle, water some plants, whatever. But it's still the ocean. It's just now you've taken a piece of the ocean, right? You are from Creator. You are from Source. You are a fractal of this. Just like the bucket of water is still the ocean, you are still this. In a human incarnation, forced to forget who you really are, okay? You're connected to all things. There is a lot of scientific research, or, this is science. This is quantum physics, etc. But that shows that we're all connected. They have done many, many studies on this. Again, Gaia explains this really well. There's a lot of shows on Gaia that we're all connected. Check out, write these things down. Go do your own research, because all of this I'm building to the point where I'm going to explain to you what's happening right now in the world. But you have to understand these basics first, okay? So go do more research on this. Go research the double slit experiment. Okay, in a nutshell, they proved that when you split, I don't remember what it was. Is it an atom? I don't know. I'm ignorant with all this kind of stuff. But they split an atom, I believe, in half. And when they manipulated one half, and they sent it miles apart, and when they manipulated one part of it, the other part of it was moving in the exact same way. And they proved that we're all connected, okay? But we're not told this. This is all wiped from us. So we're connected to all things. I'm talking fast here for the sake of time. We have our spiritual gifts and clairsenses, so your eternal soul can create things out of nothing, okay? And we are here as creators, so think about this for a minute, okay? And you chose to incarnate into the physical form, okay? You've had many incarnations. This is just one of them, all right? All right, but the avatar that you took on as a baby here, your human role, the you that's in the matrix, that's been pushed into the matrix here, you've been told you're limited, that you must look outside of yourself for answers, direction, and how to live. Remember, you're creator, you're part of source. Just because you take the bucket of water from the ocean doesn't change it. It's still the ocean. It still has all the components of the ocean, okay? But you're told that you have to look outside of yourself for the answers. You must obey the systems and structures. You forgot who you really are because of this system. You're told that you're powerless. You become your quote unquote, which were actually your parents or caregivers or religious or political or teachers' belief systems. You become your belief systems. You become your emotions. You become your trauma. You're sleepwalking. You forget who you are. You're a creator. You are part of the ocean. You're a creator. You're powerful. You've given your power away to others, or you're taught to give your power away to others. You are like a chained elephant. So these are two examples. You can research the second one here, but I'm just going to leave you with this. I'm an advocate. You can go check out my story. I stood up against horrible racism and corruption against non-white women, primarily in a large bank. I was a vice president and executive, highly sought after person. I transformed teams and territories and call centers, and I stood up against a massive corruption there, and led to me channeling. So my story's on my website, but so I'm an advocate, and it's hard for me to see this stuff or hear this stuff. But what my guides said is, it's like an elephant. If you've ever, and I don't know, don't need to put the, I already know, I don't need to research this or myself, but you can, if this will help you. The way they train elephants, it's very, very brutal, okay? And any circus animals, any animals, I don't support SeaWorld, I don't support any of that stuff, because these animals have been beaten down in order to succumb, just like we have been, okay, to do their humans' bidding. And in order to get an elephant to perform, it's beaten. And by the time they have a chain wrapped around its foot, it fully believes that it's not power enough to break that chain. If the elephant knew how powerful it was, it would be able to break the chain. Okay, so my guide said it's like that, if you want to give an example. And the second example is, research this, but research Plato's cave. Plato wrote a story, and I'm just going to again briefly touch on this. Plato wrote a story about how there are a bunch of people in a cave, and they're watching the wall, and there's all of these scary things happening on the wall, and they can't turn around. The only world they believe is true is what's happening on the wall. And someone escapes, and when they escape the chains, they get behind, and they see that there's a fire burning behind them, and that people are putting up scary things so that the fire is projecting these scary things on the wall. It's completely manipulated and orchestrated, but these people who can't see behind them really believe this is real. This is the world that we live in. We live in the matrix. These things are being projected, and we're not questioning if they're real or not. We're not questioning if we have a choice. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that for today, and then next time we're going to go a little bit deeper. And like I said, where we're going is I'm going to be covering for you what's happening around the world. But we need these basics here. Drop your questions and comments. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.